Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another brand new video. Today we need to talk about the most recent episode of Pokemon Horizons, episode 10, where we meet Nemona and Brassius. Now, I loved this episode. I'm going to tell you guys right now that I loved this episode so much. First things first, finally, an episode with just Liko and Roy. None of the crew members, no Freed, no one else with them. It's just Liko and Roy together, going on their adventure throughout Artisan, and that is great. I've wanted so long for them to have an episode by themselves, no Free tagging along, no crew, no nobody else, just the two protagonists together, and I really hope we can see more episodes like this. I really just want to see more episodes with just Liko and Roy going on their little adventures. So that was one good thing that I liked. Now, they did meet Nemona pretty quickly, so long story short, let's get into the backstory of why they're here. Apparently, Liko's father Alex heard that there was a sighting of a rare Pokemon in Artisan, and he believed it could have been the shiny Rayquaza that Roy is looking for, but in actuality, I don't really think it is. But either way, they go to Artisan to just look around for it, see if they get any information, and they end up coming across Nemona pretty quickly. Actually, they kind of just are walking through the town, and they just see her rather quickly in the middle of a battle with her Pomo. And she wins the battle, of course, and, she introduces herself, says she is a champion-ranked trainer and all that stuff, and all that's pretty good. And so the episode is pretty much just them. Well, actually, before we move on, they run into also Brassius pretty quickly as well. After they come across Nemona and she introduces herself, asks for a battle, she tries to go bring them to see Brassius because he has been kind of just shut away for a while and not wanting to take on any challengers because he's been having this artist block. Trying to make this sculpture, which apparently in the end is revealed to be a sculpture of a shiny Rayquaza. So that's his whole deal. And they end up coming across Brassius, where he's just destroyed this artwork of his. And anyway, basically, they want to get Brassius out of this, bad mood that he's in because trainers are waiting to challenge him. And so he needs to, get back to his gym and get challenging trainers. So they find Brassius, and long story short, he's just very unhappy. But Liko, they do talk to him for a little bit, and he gives them... I love Brassius' house, first of all. He has all of these adorable, just furniture and handcrafted items in his house that are shaped like grass types. Like all of the cups that he gives the kids to drink out of are shaped like different grass type Pokemon, like Bounsweet and Victory Bell, and it's so cute. I really love how they give different characters, like gym leaders, this kind of personality points so we can see more of what their behavior is. It's all really nice. So, long story short, the kids just try to get Brassius in this better mood. They talk to him about the Rayquaza they're looking for, and they find out that he was working on this sculpture. And so they end up trying to entice him out of his gym by doing the Sunflora gym test, where they all go around looking for the Sunflora. And in the end, they do end up finding a lot. Liko uses Sprigatito's ability to, make the sweet sense to be able to get the Sunflora, whereas Nemona and Roy pretty much just find them naturally. We don't even see them find them all. We just see them kind of, looking for them, and then we skip, and then they see a bunch of them. They have a bunch of them with them. So, yeah. Anyway, so... long story short, Roy ends up challenging Brassius to a battle, actually before that happens, Brassius shows them the sculpture that he's been working on, and he hasn't been making progress with this big shiny Rayquaza statue, and then in the end, Roy ends up challenging him, and so Brassius agrees to battle Roy, and they have a battle, and of course, Roy isn't the best at battle, so he struggles a bit, especially because Brassius sends out his Sudowoodo, and Roy just assumes it's a grass type, because Brassius is a grass type gym leader, I believe at least, that's what he was saying. Because Roy ends up getting really kind of beat hard in this battle. Because again, Roy is a rookie. He's not really battled that much. And so, of course, Fuecoco's fire-type moves aren't doing much. And all the other moves he knows was tackle. So he's just not being able to do much to Sudowoodo. But during the battle, Fuecoco actually ends up learning a new move, which is Stomping Tantrum, which he's able to use to do super effective damage to the Sudowoodo, because Sudowoodo is a rock type. And the main issue he was having was with double team and all these tactics that Brassius was using, but once he's able to use Stomping Tantrum, he ends up finally not really getting the upper hand, but he's able to kind of turn the battle a bit in his favor, and so he's able to finally make some progress in the battle and do some damage to Sudowoodo. But that isn't enough for him, because Brassius breaks out his secret weapon. Brassius does actually show off terrestrialization in this episode. I actually didn't expect this, even though, I don't know, maybe we could have thought it would be, considering he's battling in a Paldea and Jim. I don't know, I just didn't really expect to see terrestrialization this early, but I was really glad to see it because, again, I want to see everything from Paldea, everything from Scarlet and Violet shown off really early as much as they can. I don't want it to be like Galar in Pokemon Journeys where we barely got to see any Dynamax, barely got to see anything to do with Sword and Shield. So I am very happy to see terrestrialization was used here. And it's actually funny because once Brassius terrestrializes his Sudowoodo and it becomes a grass type, Roy thinks he has the upper hand now because now he can use Ember and use his super effective move, but that just makes his Stomping Tantrum no longer effective. And in the end, because Brassius again is just so strong and Fuecoco has taken a lot of damage already, in the end Brassius is able to win. And so Roy does lose the gym battle, which isn't too shocking. Again, we know Roy is a rookie. Liko, Roy, they haven't battled much, but it's good to see him get the experience. So that was nice to see here. Overall, I really enjoyed the battle. I thought it was great, a nice showing. And overall, in the end, I really just love Brassius' personality in this episode. He's really, just like he is in the games, he's really overly emotional. It's really cool. And after the battle, all the people who are watching the gym battle, they end up wanting to challenge Brassius as well. And so that's really nice. And Nemona also briefly explains a bit about terrestrialization, so hopefully that means we can get to see a bit more of it in the show. I hope it's not neglected in the same way that they really neglected Dynamax in Journeys. And overall, everything is great. Brassius thanks Roy for the battle, and he shows off a new sculpture that he's been working on, and so everything is pretty good. And Liko and Roy, they just go back to the ship, and then we get a small little tease of, I believe, what's to happen in the next episode, which shows Liko and Roy going into this forest that's going to have been burned down by wildfires, and there's this Arbolivia that's going to be there, and from the preview, it looks like it's a giant, really big, Arbolivia. I'm not sure what that's about. It's kind of interesting, but I guess we'll find out more about that next time. Overall, it looks really great. The next few episodes look really nice, and I think actually this next episode is going to be a bit of a two-parter, because I believe episode 12 also deals with this burnt down forest on the Arbolivia, so that's going to be pretty interesting, a nice random two-parter. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But overall, as for this episode, I really, really enjoyed it. Easy 10 out of 10 for me. Finally, I got pretty much everything I've been hoping for. An episode focusing solely on something from Scarlet and Violet, Paldea, 100% action focused. Well, not really 100%. I guess the early part was pretty weak with, well, not weak, but it was not as action-packed, rather, where they were kind of just trying to get Brassius out of this bad mood. You know, Nemona, Liko, and Roy. But overall, I'd say everything was great. The second part of the episode really picked up, and overall, I'd still say 10 out of 10, because even if the beginning of the episode was a bit slow, I still love how we just had Liko and Roy together, and Nemona, and none of the crew members. I really just want to see episodes with Liko and Roy, and maybe other characters by themselves, without the crew, and just going on their own adventures by themselves. So that, again, in itself just made the episode much better for me, and having Nemona there was really nice. You guys know, again, I'm not too crazy about Nemona as a character, but I think she was fine here. She wasn't too annoying and battle-obsessed like she is in the game. She was pretty lax for the most part, so that was nice. Overall, I preferred seeing Brassius here. I really like Brassius from the games, and I thought his personality here was done great. I loved his voice actor, and so everything here was really cool. So, again, like I said, 10 out of 10 from me, but you guys can let me know what you think. So, put in the comments, let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Let me know if you enjoyed it, what you thought of Nemona and Brassius, what you thought of Liko and Roy's gym battle. What did you think of seeing terrestrialization here? And tell me what you're thinking about for the next episode. Are you excited to see that episode with the wildfires in the forest? We're seeing some more Paldean Pokemon, like Paldean Wooper in that episode. I think we're going to also see some more battling from Liko and Roy, and Roy's going to use, or Fuecoco rather, is going to use Stomping Tantrum again. So that's going to be really great, I think. Overall, I've been also liking seeing how the episodes divide attention between Liko and Roy, and it's not too heavily focused on one of them. Well, I guess last week was mainly a Liko episode, but this one did well showing them both off, and I'm hoping next week will as well. So yes, overall, thank you guys all so much for watching. I will see you, lovely ladies and gentlemen, next time. See you all then, and have a great day. Thank you.